Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy Log. This will, of course, be our final log before Christmas, so hat.
Indeed.
This will cover this week, starting from the 19th onward. Joining me are Jeff and John.
Hello.
And per the usual with this this nonsense, we will open up with the news. And this week, Jeff has the news, so take it away.
Well, this week I am going to dedicate this to one of our favorite YouTube shows. And I'm going to take a page out of their book because this is going to be our WWE edition of What the Fuck is Wrong with You?
Lawsuit. Lawsuit. Lawsuit.
He won't sue us. But this week, giving away WWE titles, Vince McMahon is at it again. And just because you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want does not mean you should say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, then. Proceed.
But we're going to start with, I don't remember what the fourth one was that I wanted to do, so we'll start with that one. Yeah, being a McMahon has its privileges.
Uh-huh.
And one of those is fucking over a man that should not be fucking walking.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, you notice how Foley was at the pay-per-view and how he was at Raw this week and how he wasn't supposed to be? Well, the reason he was at said pay-per-view event and at said Raw when he wasn't supposed to be is because Stephanie McMahon decided she was going to take a vacation, fuck Foley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they need an authority figure, and they said, we don't care that you can't fucking walk and you're in fucking pain because you're having hip replacement surgery. We don't care that you love Christmas and you're going to do this kind of thing. No, fuck you. You have to be at Raw because Stephanie McMahon's on vacation. And it has been reported that Foley was indeed in an extreme amount of pain at Raw because hip replacement surgery. So, yeah. That's what being a McMahon does. No shits are given about anybody else. Like, really? Fucking really? But
Fucking really.
yeah. So that's why Foley was there, and they're calling it kind of a disaster because, being in that amount of pain means you're not really paying attention to the shit you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, they said despite the fact that Foley lost like close to 100 pounds, he's still in a tremendous amount of pain because of that hip replacement surgery.
Mm-hmm.
That he's supposed to be laying in bed and actually taking time off for to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But moving on to when you really shouldn't be saying shit, even though you can say shit. And this is a little spoiler tidbit for the upcoming Raw. But there was a segment on Raw from the New Day where they were lamenting the fact that they lost their titles. And can't remember who it was. Someone brought up Ric Flair and his 16, world championship, saying, well, he couldn't be, the world record-setting, 16-time world champion without having lost it 15 times. And Big E, off the cuff, unscripted, turned around and said, yeah, that's where Charlotte will be in 5 months.
Okay, then.
Yeah, Vince was not happy. Alluding to the fact that they were playing hot potato with the women's title.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, so they were not happy to the point that when they, as you know, WWE takes matches and segments and stuff, parse them up into little segments and put them on their YouTube channel. They, from what I understand, artfully edited out Big E saying that one line because they were pissed at him.
Well, I'm sure they did. I don't blame them.
It was a great joke. It was like the best bit of the night.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that hurtful, but anyway. So, yeah, luckily for them, Big E is not a champion, so they can fuck with him as much as they want. So, I'm sorry, John, but the New Day might just gotten in the Uber doghouse thanks to Big E.
Sounds about right.
It happens.
So, at that point, we will now kick over to Jim because he had something he wanted to bring up, and then I will finish up the news after.
You said you were going to kick to me after he did everything.
That's how I was going to do a couple, kick to you, and then kick back for me to finish the rest of it.
His last one is amazing. He's got to say.
We'll split them up. So, what have you for us, oh Santa Stash? What? Yeah, I figured he would show up there. Is he allowed to use that catchphrase? Isn't that catchphrase copyrighted by WWE?
Evidently not.
Like, I know the name is not trademarked by WWE because that was his ring name before he even got there.
Mhm.
So they can't trademark that. Oh, but I thought maybe they trademarked the catchphrase. Fair enough.
Actually, no. I think the name Ryback is trademarked.
Really? Because that was his ring name in like Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I think WWE trademarked it because I know he was having that problem because after he got out of there, he had to take bookings as the big guy.
Oh.
And he's
Because
trying to.
I think WWE trademarked that name. What's that, John?
He's legally trying to change his name to Ryback. So.
Oh, he did legally change his name to Ryback, which is why he's using it again now.
Yeah, and they have like, I don't know if the contested period is over, but I know that there was some period where they could do something about it, and I don't remember when it's up. But...
When he legally changed his name to Ryback. That was a thing that happened.
Oy vey.
Yeah, he is. Let me see if I can confirm this.
You're going to show us his wiki page.
Yes, he's now Ryback Allen Reeves. That is his legal name now. Changing it from Ryan to Ryback, which I guess is not that huge of a change, honestly. So Ryback Allen Reeves. So that's what. Yeah, wrestling as the big guy is what he was doing, but they're allowed to call him Ryback now because it's his real name. So, but he was stuck as the big guy until he did that.
Yep, that'd do.
Yep. I think they own that one too.
That they probably own. That I think that was a character created by them.
Yeah. But yes, feed us more, eat and delete.
Okay, then. So he works for TNA now?
At the very least, he showed up for something in it. Here's the Hardy Boys with not Sting. That's funny. So, yep.
Feed, delete, repeat. Oh, good lord.
Yeah. People are now rhyming things. I will eat you and I will delete you.
I did that with pizza last night.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's, hang on. Where is it? I missed it. Crap, what the hell is it? I lost it. Shit. Oh. And then as Dusty Ledbetter pointed out, that's eat, delete, and sheet. But flush and spray, please.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just saw that picture. I'm like, oh, that's worth mentioning.
King Maxwell.
Oh, by the way, welcome to Dallas Cowboys' new coach, Sting.
What?
That's a thing that happened.
What? And he showed... Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Anyway,
well,
stop that screen share.
That certainly fits the theme of WWE. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, back over to the rest of your news.
So, remember how I mentioned Vince McMahon's at it again?
Yeah.
Remember how I mentioned I was going to talk about the Sasha Charlotte match?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a reason Sasha didn't win. And it's exactly what I said.
Okay.
It's because Vince basically has no faith in Sasha, thinks she's not the chosen one, and basically is completely in love with Bayley. And so they elongated. This is from what I understand. They elongated the Charlotte Sasha feud so they could then go into the Charlotte Bayley feud going into WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did not pull the trigger on Charlotte Bayley earlier, because because number one, Vince feels Bayley is far more over than Sasha, which is true, but also I guess he likes Bayley more. So yeah, I'm basically screwed out at pretty much any and all points for Sasha from this point going forward. She's basically going to get fuck all for points. And John's about to get a huge boost in points because all points go to Bayley.
Now you know why I didn't pick Sasha.
Mm.
Well, it's not like I could pick Bayley. She was your first pick.
Because I wanted Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
As much as I like Sasha, yeah, I kept hearing rumors about how he has no faith in her. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to pick her. I like her, but I'm not going to pick her.
Yeah.
Charlotte will get me points up until the end of this season, and then we're going to have to discuss about that, but about the next season. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep Charlotte after this season, because since I know she's pretty much going to drop the title at the beginning of next season, I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep her.
You're not the lead. You don't have the option.
Yes, I do. I could just not draft her.
We're not redrafting from scratch again. Now we actually have even rosters. We'll just do the draft from each other's rosters this time.
Well, that's going to fucking suck.
Because there's no point redrafting the whole freaking roster again. I mean, if it's still insanely one-sided, yeah, we can do that. But right now, you guys are only a couple hundred points apart. If anybody should be pissed and demanding a redraft, it's me, and I'm letting it go.
I think we maybe should read. Anyway, we'll get to that later.
Finish the news.
Going to our top story, giving away WWE titles. Yeah. Over into the world of CM Punk. Apparently, someone I kind of sketchy on the details there, but apparently someone was helping him clean out his shit. Came across a box that had a bunch of like titles and shit in it, and he pulled one out and it was all dusty. It's the old WWE that title. Looks like kind of like the John Cena spinner belt, that old one. You remember that design?
Mm-hmm.
When Punk had the title, and then to CM Punk on, and he picked up. He's like, "Oh, hey, that's kind of neat." And it being the holidays, Punk turned around. I was like, "Oh, you like that? Yeah, it's yours. Merry Christmas." So apparently, CM Punk is giving away WWE titles with his name on it now, like the legit one, like it was his title. I'm like, I want to clean out a wrestler's shit and get free shit. Come on.
Well,
so yeah, that happened.
You're in Seattle. Go to Daniel Bryan's house.
He lives in Las Vegas.
Really?
They moved to like Las Vegas, dude.
What the fuck would you want to live in Las Vegas?
It was a compromise between Scottsdale, Arizona, and Seattle. Because remember, the Bellas are from Scottsdale, Arizona.
That is true. That is true.
That and slot machines. I mean, what else the fuck he's going to do? He's retired now.
Run SmackDown?
He's going to be on Pawn Stars.
Or that.
He's going to be like, I have a specialist. Do you think this is worth $500? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but I think their house is in Las Vegas. I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember them moving to Vegas.
I believe it.
So, yeah.
I have no reason to doubt that, so sure, why not?
I could go raid Ivory's house and see if she has a women's title.
Well, Ivory lived there, fair enough.
I don't know, but this got real awkward. I'm going to go raid Ivory's house.
Yeah, Ivory lives on like fucking Bainbridge or some shit. So she lives like literally like 10 miles north of here. Bainbridge or Vashon or one of them islands, John. She lives in one of them islands up north.
One damn island.
Damn islands.
Yep.
One damn island. Also, Daniel Bryan's Wikipedia page says he lives in Phoenix.
Really?
That's what it says. I don't know how up to date that is.
Well, maybe he moved to Phoenix. Because I could have swore shortly after he and Brie got married, they got a house in Vegas. Because I can remember reading somewhere like, you know, born in whatever Washington, now living in Vegas. I'm like, okay.
Let's see.
That's possible they moved down to Phoenix.
I don't know. Let's see here.
Climate wouldn't be that much different for Brian because I think he was from Eastern Washington, so it's about the same climate.
Right. It doesn't say on here. Let's see. Let me jump over to Brie Bella and see what that says, if anything. Yeah, Brie Bella also listed as Phoenix, Arizona. So
fair enough.
Perhaps that is the case.
No,
somebody watch Total Bellas and let us know where they live. Anyway, any more news?
That's it.
All right, then. Now let's go back to the stuff that we do.
Indeed.
Yeah, because I didn't really have a whole lot of news. There wasn't a whole lot going on. So. One other thing that is worth mentioning. It is worth noting. Zack Ryder did post an update on his ruptured patella tendon.
Okay.
He did have surgery. He tweeted last week, I ruptured my patella tendon. Then I won the Battle Royal and became #1 contenders. Wrote Ryder in the first of 2 new tweets. I will be back. So.
Fair enough.
And he put a picture of his knee with all the stitches and things on it.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to give a shout out and a thank you to Wrestle Talk, hosted by Ollie Davis, which is where I got my news this week. They are a YouTube channel. People should go check them out. Just punch in Wrestle Talk. You'll find them. Entertaining and usually have some pretty good news and some good rumors and stuff too, So
Fair enough. So we wish Zack Ryder well in his recovery from surgery.
Indeed.
All right, then. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, this is Brian's page. He's got really no info. That's fucking okay.
That is Brian's page. Anyway.
I thought for sure they'd have actual information on Daniel Bryan on his actual page, but I guess not.
You thought wrong.
I did think wrong.
Fucking wrong.
Yeah,
wrong,
really, they don't have
wrong.
they don't have the superstars actual stats and shit on their page now. What the hell?
Also, Ryder does not know how long he's going to be out. He says different people. One person told him 4 to 6 months. Somebody else told him 6 to 9 months. So somewhere in that area.
Is that why they kept pushing Emelina off? Because they're like, oh, he's going to injure himself, and then we don't have to put him on together.
Ha.
Even though I think they're on different shows.
Yeah. Ryder's on SmackDown. Emelina's on Raw. Oh, by the way, here's a relevant piece of news. I did want to mention this quickly. I forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question. If you're in the wrestling business, what is generally a surefire sign that something you're doing is sucking?
No crowd reaction?
Mm-hmm.
No push?
Mm-hmm.
The Undertaker telling you suck?
Getting closer. No. You know that whatever you're doing is shit when X-Pac calls you out and says that what you're doing is shit. Because Sean Waltman says he had some disagreement with the way 205 Live is being handled. Being a cruiserweight himself, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And makes the point that he doesn't like the fact that they're let's see what he say here. He says he likes the idea of the program, but he doesn't like the fact that they're taping 205 Live after everything else is done in a half-empty arena, because that makes it look like shit. Makes it look like nobody cares. He says back in the day, he says they would use the cruiserweights to fire everybody up before everything else, which is what they should be doing. But He said, back in the day they could get away with that. And he makes the point, like, they could get it back in the day. They could get away with Hulk Hogan and somebody else, go on fourth and then have like the Rockers versus the Hart Foundation last. They could get away with that back in the day because the guys were big enough. But the cruiserweights are still trying to get established. Don't treat them like a special attraction like the midgets. We used to call them midgets. And want the ladies to be what the ladies used to be back in the days, back in the Moolah circuit days, which is a valid point. They need to be. I think they're doing better. They're pushing a little bit more now, but I do think the taping schedule could be adjusted. But yeah. No, there you go. Right now we shall do the thing.
Apparently, I guess Brian does live in Phoenix because on his Twitter he's got Phoenix on it. So I guess they moved to Phoenix.
Okay. Now you know.
Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle. What?
I said, the more you know.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we will continue on with the nonsense.
Indeed.
Indeed. Let's kick over to the opening of. Well, let's check the scores first. Why don't we do that, and then we'll kick over to Raw. How about that? To the screen share. Okay. So, of course, the scores coming out of Roadblock. Hug Life still in the lead at 25-12, followed by the KO Show at 22-91, and Certified Lunatic at 15-39.
Mm-hmm.
I now know how John felt last season. I am now the one that's 1,000 points behind the leader.
And I now know how you felt last season, just despite how many points you get, not being able to catch up to the leader at all.
Pretty much. But you closed the gap quite a bit. You went from 500 to 200. That's a good closing.
Yeah, that's the last time I'm ever going to pull those numbers, though.
Royal Rumble, my friend. We shall see. Anyway. Over here, Rich Swann, the Cruiserweight Champion, still in the lead off a successful title retention in a triple threat match, followed by Kevin Owens, also off a successful retention. The Miz, Roman Reigns gets in there for being in that main event. Charlotte off a women's title victory. Randy Orton, of course, third of the tag champs. Big E, former tag champ. And the two women's champions, Alexa and, this is the former women's champion of Raw, Sasha, I should say, both at 179. And AJ, the world champion, just barely cresting the top 10 at 178.
Mm-hmm. I'm still disappointed that Sheamus and Cesaro are the ones that took the titles off the New Day. I still think it should have been Anderson and Gallows.
Well, fortunately, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, this week's Monday Night Raw is coming from the Schottenstein Arena in Columbus, Ohio. And Raw opens up with the pyro and everything, and the stage is decked out for Christmas.
Yep.
This is, of course, your Christmas episode.
Yep.
Trees, gifts, all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
And Owens and Jericho are in the ring. And Owens welcomes us to the Chris and Kevin show. Then they show highlights from Roadblock. Owens said the code breaker that he took didn't hurt as much as when he thought Jericho wasn't his best friend anymore. Jericho says giving Owens the code breaker hurt him more than it hurt Owens, but he had to make the referee believe it was a legitimate interference. Jericho says he's going to give Owens a gift, the hug of Jericho. Bring it in, man.
Maybe I should have called myself Hug Life. Jeez.
So Jericho then accuses Santa Claus of stealing his list gimmick. He calls Santa a stupid idiot and informs Santa that he just made the list. Mick Foley comes out to interrupt and defend Santa Claus. Then shows the footage of Jericho and Owens getting beat down by Rollins and Reigns after the match last night. Jericho cuts a promo on Foley for wearing a leather sport coat, tells him it's the worst thing he's ever seen. Foley says he hasn't seen anything yet and takes off his jacket to reveal a Christmas shirt and a fanny pack. Apparently Foley then forgot where he was.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard.
He apparently called the crowd Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania instead of Columbus, Ohio.
At that point, they should have just had Dean Ambrose come out and fucking boom, dirty deeds him. It's like, and that's what you get for fucking up in my hometown.
He's from Cincinnati, not Columbus.
Same state, close enough, still hometown hero.
I wish instead the crowd would just pop because it's a cheap pop. It doesn't matter if you get. I'd just laugh if they were like, "Yay!" and then it shows the crowd and they just kind of shrug and like, "Yay!"
Why not? Anyway, so Jericho and Owens try to cover with some heel remarks. Foley says he has a Christmas gift and lowers the shark cage from the ceiling. And Foley says at the Royal Rumble, it'll be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, and Jericho will be suspended above the ring in the shark cage so he can't interfere. They complain about it being shoddy and unsafe, and that it says made in Ohio, so it must be crap. Jericho stands inside to examine the construction, tells Foley to demonstrate that the door is solid, so Foley locks him in the cage, pointing out that he seems to have forgotten to bring the key with him. And he says, don't worry, Jericho, it's going to be fine, because they're not going to raise the cage. They're not going to, raise the cage until we get to the event and I give the signal. Which he then demonstrates the signal as he does this, and the cage raises as Jericho freaks out.
Oh, that's right. That's another piece of news too. But since you got to this point, it's perfect.
Okay.
Number one, notice how they call it the shark cage, but the toy is called the crash cage.
Yes.
Remember this because if the shark cage seems shoehorned in like fuck, that's because it is. Because they debuted the crash cage as the shark cage at NXT, and it received a rather lukewarm reception and almost no sales. So Mattel reminding WWE, hey, you're our bitch, because contract was like, thou shalt use it in a main spot because thou shalt provide us with toy sales. Hence why we have Shark Cage at Royal Rumble.
Sure, why not?
That's the official story. So yes, it is shortened in because Mattel has deemed it so.
Yeah, that's about right.
So yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there. More news.
Good to know.
And more corporate meddling.
I can't wait until to sell toys. Mattel makes superstars all get in the ring and then vibrate around like they're having a seizure.
No, wait till they kill them and try to resurrect them as zombies.
Or that.
But don't they already have a superstar that's effectively that?
No, they actually made a zombie Undertaker.
But that defeats the purpose. He's already a zombie.
I know.
I know.
Hey, I saw the Donatello as the Undertaker in the store the other day.
Nice.
Wait, would zombie Undertaker then not just be Mark Calloway?
Yeah, it'd be a dude.
Yeah.
It'd be Biker Taker. That would be Zombie Taker.
Yeah, kind of.
You've done it now. You've made me live again.
Or it'd be like a pile of dust or some shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so promo points to Owens and Jericho. As we open up the program there.
Yeah, Shark Cage seems like a really bad idea.
So that puts $295 for KO.
And putting an old man in the Shark Cage too, that's even worse.
He's not that old.
Compared to everybody else in that damn ring, he's the oldest one there.
But that's what they did it to last time, was they put the oldest dude in there.
They did. They put fucking Paul Ellering in there.
Wow.
And Jericho should be fine. I mean, he was like in ladder matches and shit. I think he'll be fine.
10 years ago.
Yeah. He's from up north. That's higher up. So
that'd be using the same logic as saying, let's put Shawn Michaels in the Shark Cage.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
So they got Jericho down during the break.
Is it me, or does the Shark Cage seem like something you'd find on Total Nonstop Deletion and not WWE Raw?
What happens if you put Neville in there? Does that like counter hit the gravity forgetting him? Does gravity remember the cage, or does he have like a gravity forgetting field that would also work on the cage, and it would just fucking fly away like a TARDIS or something?
That'd be awesome.
It's a good question.
Be awesome. They hook it up to a ray. He flies off. Like,
Dun-dun-dun.
you forget. I'm the man that gravity forgot.
Mhm.
Now you can call me Magneto.
Yes.
He's got the fabulous cape.
Yeah.
Welcome to die. Red Arrow.
I would pay money if they put him in a shark cage and it broke somehow and he's just hovering in the air and he has his cape on from his entrance and he just puts his hands up like this and goes, "Welcome to die."
Borrows Damian Sandow's Magneto costume.
Or something like that. I just be like, "Fuck it, WWE, take all my money."
Yeah.
Like, you
Pretty
just
much.
got all the buys. Here you go.
There you go. Also, encourage if you want somebody old, put Sting in the cage. Because he's used to that. He'll just pretend he's in the rafters.
If you put him in though, it'll probably just lower on its own.
Here you go. Or if you want someone who's old, who's currently on the active roster, put Undertaker in the cage.
Because then he'll just wave his hand, the lights will go out, and they'll come back on, and he'll just be in the ring.
Lightning just struck that cage.
Or that.
I think we just came up with a storyline that miraculously didn't happen in fucking 1998.
Yeah.
Or another awesome one, putting Kane in the cage. Boom.
Yeah, but the cage is supported from a device next to the turnbuckle. That's the worst possible idea. He's
That's
going to
how
his
Kane
hand, and he's
gets
just
out.
going to set the crane on fire, and then it's going to melt, and he's going to fall.
That's how Kane gets out. He burns the rope.
Pretty much. Anyway. So
Isn't
as we
that
come
like
back
his
from the...
origin story? Wouldn't that just make him like Isaac Yankem if he gets origined from his anyway? Sorry.
It makes him fake Diesel.
Yes.
There you go.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah. As I was saying, so during the commercial break, Jericho got down, and we find out that Jericho apparently has, I think I got the right one, agoraphobia. Is that the right one?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Fear of heights?
Yeah.
Acrophobia.
The guy that's done ladder matches.
And agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder. Okay, sorry.
It's acrophobia.
Well, it said he had acrophobia, agoraphobia, and arachnophobia, so. Either way, Owen's got to get Jericho an oxygen tank.
So do you like?
So he's R-Truth?
He's our.
He's the white R-Truth?
Spider suplex to him? Does he just freak out and leave the ring?
Yeah, who remembers that storyline with R-Truth when he was apparently seeing invisible spiders and was going around saying, "I'm arachnophobic, man."
Yep. But then, given that they announced on 205 that he's coming back, what happens if Tajiri shows up and puts Jericho into submission hold?
Ooh.
He just cries.
I can't remember what that's called, but I know it's spider related.
Tarantula.
That's it. Thank you. Anyway, so that happens. So additional mini promo for Owens and Jericho. I'll throw them extra points.
Indeed.
Put Jericho 130 and put KO at 198. Okay, rolling along.
Now, I love we're supposed to buy that the guy who has the lion salt for a signature move is acrophobic.
And he's been in Money in the Bank and ladder matches. So.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
And Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Yep.
On top of the cell. He's done that before.
Steel cage.
Did he jump off the chamber, the elimination chamber inside? I don't remember.
Possibly.
It's Jericho. He does fucking everything.
He may have.
He's like Daredevil. He's the man without fear.
He can do it all.
Pretty much. He's basically Jeff Hardy if Jeff Hardy was sane.
Yeah, kind of.
And not on the drugs. that's a reference for Jim.
Drink him in, man. Anyway, Rusev has a match against Big Cass, and Big Cass quickly gets himself disqualified for not stopping punching Rusev.
For beating the shit out of Rusev and exacting vengeance for his partner.
Basically, stomps Rusev in the corner, and he won't stop till the ref DQs him. And Rusev pushes Cass off and manages to run away.
And I love what comes about because of this. That Big Cass and Rusev have no part in. I'm like, what? Make no fucking sense. I'm like, what?
Yes. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
So Big Cass loses this match by DQ. Does that constitute an intentional DQ? Hello? This thing on?
Thinking. See, I can see it either way. He wasn't like...
Yeah.
It is notably different from like disqualifying himself. He was just trying to beat the shit out of him. So
The thing is, he knowingly disqualified himself, but I don't think he was intending to lose the match. He was just pissed off. That's where the hard part of it comes in. Because I would say yes and no. It qualifies for both.
Oh, he's on my roster, so I'll leave it up to you guys. I don't want to seem biased.
I would say yes, if only because when the ref told him to stop, he didn't stop.
What do you think, Sean?
I was leaning more toward no, just because it feels different from when somebody like intentionally disqualifies himself. But you know, if he was told to stop, so I could see it. Yeah, might as well go with yes, I guess.
Okay, then. So that's a -4 points for Big Cass then. So that's going to give Big Cass 1 point. 1 point.
And also, especially since there wasn't much of a match before it, it's like, well, technically, this would be a no contest. So
Rusev wins a match by DQ, which is going to give him 25 points by default. Oh, no, wait. No, that's an unintentional DQ win. So, no. That's actually 0 points to Rusev.
He gets 5, though, for showing up.
He gets 5 for showing up. He does get that. So, Rusev gets 5 points. This whole thing was just a wash.
Pretty much.
79. So, does anybody know, was Lana at ringside for this? I know Enzo was. I'll give Enzo accompaniment.
More than likely. I'd say give Lana the points.
Oh, okay. I'm at 44. Nope. Okay.
Don't give her that many points. Jeez.
Do it.
I caught it. So after that, Sasha comes out to the ring with a crutch and her leg in a cast, talks about losing at Roadblock, says Charlotte was a better woman and she doesn't feel like a boss anymore, asks for Charlotte to come out, she can congratulate her in person. Instead, Nia Jax came out, says Sasha will never be the boss to her because she's weak, and Nia then kicks her crutch out and beats the shit out of her.
Oh. So that's the feud they're going with.
Yep. So that's promo points for Sasha and Nia.
Well, that's another feud that you're going to get all the points for. Great. Thanks, Sasha. You're worthless to me now. Because now you're giving all the points to Jim.
Let's see. So Sasha's going to get 8 promo points. Going to put her at 87. And Nia Jax is going to put her at 21. Okay. Mick Foley then meets with Sheamus and Cesaro backstage. Presents them with the new Raw Tag Team titles, which have red straps and silver plates.
Which means we're going to have to go update the game, all three of us.
So now they're the longest reigning Raw Tag Team champs, right?
Pretty much.
Sort of.
And apparently the change angered the New Day, from what I understand.
Did it really?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I thought that might have been like in story, but I just heard that, because they're not using the old belts. They're like, well, fuck you. After all the procedure brought to it. But at the same time, that means if they retired the belts, that means nobody can take away that record from the New Day.
Yep.
Unless they bring those belts back, which they probably won't for the foreseeable future. Which means I'm assuming they gave those belts to the New Day. The old penny belts. Like, here you guys go, you earned it.
Presumably.
And then they probably gave one of the belts to like Big E, the other one to Kofi, and said, Xavier, yours is in the mail. We have to make you a new one. Because we only have two.
Yeah. But remember though, the record that the New Day were breaking didn't match up the specific title they were holding either. They broke the record overall, so it really doesn't matter which title it is.
No, but the penny belts, unlike the new belts, WWE, when they created them, still considered it basically the same as the old belt, so it had the same history and stuff, whereas all the new titles by WWE logic has new legacies.
But no, it didn't, because they specifically hyped it that way. Because they originally broke the first record that was for the the World Tag Team titles that were on Raw, and then they said, oh, but before that there were another set of tag titles, and that record was held by Demolition, and then they went for that record. They specifically addressed that it was two completely different sets of titles, but they were breaking the record for both, first one then the other.
Fair enough.
Foley's interrupted by a referee who says he needs to come help, and we cut to Braun Strowman beating up random people in a hallway.
What's a man who's in pain due to hip replacement surgery going to do against Braun Strowman?
Foley confronts Strowman, tells him Zayn isn't in the building, and Strowman walks off angrily.
Oh. Braun smash.
Yeah.
Dude, if Lou Ferrigno gets too old to do the Hulk in the Marvel movies, they should just hire Braun Strowman. No?
They could. Oh. But I don't think Lou Ferrigno will ever get too old to do that. So, as we continue on, I guess, is that promo for Sheamus and Cesaro? They didn't really say anything. I'll give them a mini.
Yeah.
Cesaro.
Yeah, they just got the new belts. That's pretty much all that happened.
Okay. And then Braun Strowman was beating people in the hallway, so we'll give Strowman out of match assault points.
Yeah.
84. Okay.
And should he get mini promo points for the Sami Zayn's not in the building? Walk out?
No. Good try, though. Shut up. Anyway, Cedric Alexander took on Noam Dar.
For the honor of his woman.
Yes, Alicia Fox was at ringside in Alexander's corner. He had control early on. But Dar came back with a boot to the head, went for a double stomp, but Alexander got out of the way, dropped him with a spinning kick to the head, and a springboard flying clothesline, and then a lumbar check for the win. Dar cuts from after the match saying he wants Alicia Fox.
Who the hell do you think you are, Edge?
Maybe.
Thank
He's
you,
better.
thank you. I'll be here all night.
He's better than Edge. He's Scottish.
Hmm.
Right. Well, those are the only points I'll ever get out of the Cruiserweight division.
So, Cedric out. Let's see. So Noam Dar had no moves. So Noam Dar gets 5. Thank you for showing up points. And mini promo for after the match. So we'll give 8 points to Noam Dar.
You're nowhere near Noam Dar. There you go.
He's right here. Calm down. 72. And then Cedric Alexander gets match win, so that's 20, 5 for competing, and he had 2 moves, is 27 points, Cedric Alexander.
Yay, finally got me some points here.
63 and 7 is exactly 70 points.
Yay,
And Alicia Fox gets
accompaniment points.
So
Where's Alicia Fox?
that would be Hug Life.
Damn it.
Following this, the New Day comes out, and they talk about losing their tag titles to Roadblock. They're interrupted by Sheamus and Cesaro, who are arguing with each other. Gallows and Anderson then interrupt them, calling the New Day nerds and saying Sheamus and Cesaro wouldn't have beaten them if it weren't for the club softening them up. And the Shining Stars then interrupt and promote their resort and hotel. Cesaro rips up their brochure, and then all 4 teams start brawling into the commercial break. So I guess that's promo for the New Day and mini for everybody else.
So Cesaro is a face team now?
Yeah, Cesaro has been a face team. Well, Cesaro is half and half because Cesaro's a face, but Sheamus is a heel.
I think Sheamus is kind of a face now, but yeah. He's
I
getting
hate
an actual decent reception from the
He
fans,
is, but they're booking him as a heel.
Mm. Am I the only one who thinks, and I don't know if Jim remembers this, this may be before his time, but am I the only one who thinks that Sheamus and Cesaro, as for their tag team music, need to come out to the theme to Perfect Strangers? No?
I'll allow it.
This is why we don't get custom music in WWE video games. Because you know I would do that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess full promo to the New Day and mini for everybody else. Are we going to all promo to everybody, or what are we doing here?
Did anyone else actually say anything?
Yeah, because Sheamus and Cesaro came out and argued with each other, and then Gallows and Anderson came out and said that that the tag champs only beat the New Day because the club they weakened them for them. And then the Shining Stars promoted their resort and casino.
I guess full promo for everyone.
Okay.
Bless you. And again.
Bless you.
Stop it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, full promo points to everyone involved.
Okay. Iggy Cesaro. Yeah. Um. And Primo. And then Xavier. Okay. I think that was everybody. Oh, Sheamus. I forgot Sheamus.
That's a shameful thing.
It is.
Fuck you. For one man I have in that entire clusterfuck, and you forget him. What the fuck, dude? Moving
Sorry.
on.
Okay. Okay, so we go to commercial. And unbeknownst to everyone watching at home, during the commercial, Teddy Long stopped by and sorted everything into a tag team match for you. And so we come back to the New Day, teaming up with the tag champs to take on the Shining Stars and the Club.
I want to believe that that's what actually happened. That he stopped by and was like, "Whoa, I got this."
Hey, Mick, take it easy, player. I got this. Holla, holla, holla.
I'll have to hire Teddy Long as the executive assistant to the general manager.
That would be interesting.
Anyway. So. Where the hell was I?
I don't know what's next.
Right, match. So we got this match going on.
Yeah.
So the Club beat up Kofi for a while. Gallows and Anderson tagging in and out, working on Kofi. They hit a boot of doom for a near fall. Kofi finally hot tags Big E, who goes to town on everybody. Sheamus and Epic go tag in. Epico immediately takes a 10 beats of the Bodhrán. Sheamus hits a running senton. Cesaro gets a tag. They hit an assisted white noise. All the men brawl until Cesaro and Epico are the last two. Epico gets swung and sharpshootered for the win.
Damn.
So we're going to go 5. Let's see. Do we have any moves on the... What do we got here? So we'll get 5 thank you for showing up points to the...
Heels.
The Shining Stars. So let's see here. Epico and Primo. That's 5, puts 21. That's going to be the same for Epico up here. It's 21. Yeah. 21. Okay.
Am I the only one who thinks they should go down to the cruiserweight division?
That would be entertaining.
So they're kind of a joke right now, and they're kind of not going to go anywhere in the main roster, so they might as well be put somewhere where they might have a chance.
If they're going to do that, they need to feud them with the Bollywood Boys, and they need cruiserweight tag titles.
There you go. I can see that. They have a big enough roster for the cruiserweight division. They could theoretically do that.
Yeah, theoretically.
Especially if they start putting people in the cruiserweight division that should be there, they'd have enough people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sin Cara and Kalisto. Maybe Sami Zayn.
Perhaps. At any rate, so as I was saying, so Luke Gallows had 1 move, so Luke Gallows is going to get 6 points. Just going to put him at 82, and then 2 moves for Carl Anderson is going to put him at 7 points. It's going to put him at 81. Okay. Now, people on the winning team, him.
Xavier gets coming to the ringside points.
Well, they didn't come down for a match. They came down for a promo and turned into a brawl. It doesn't count. We've gone over this. Unless the New Day were coming to the ring for the purpose of having a match, the accompaniment does not count.
Hmm.
So, let's see. So let's start off with Big E and Kofi. So Kofi did not have any moves in this match. So Big E, we'll do Kofi first. Kofi's on the winning team. He gets 15 points for being on the winning team. 5 for competing is 20 points Kofi. And then Big E gets the same 20 points. Plus he had 3 moves is 23 points Big E. D6, 06, 216 Big E. And then we've got, let's see, Sheamus gets the 20, plus he has 2 moves, is 22. Let's see, puts him at, let's see, 35, 155. No, wait. Yeah, 155. And then Cesaro won the match. So Cesaro gets himself 20 points for winning the match, 5 for competing is 25, and 2 moves is 27 points, Cesaro. 8 is 48, and then 7 is 155 for Cesaro. Okay. We're then joined by Neville. Who comes to the ring and cuts a promo. He gets mad at the crowd for cheering for him last night when he beat up Perkins and Swan, saying that, you have the goal to cheer me, for coming out and doing that when was the last time you actually cheered me for anything? You ignored me. You didn't care about me. I was your little sideshow attraction. Well, screw you people. You don't deserve to get to cheer for me. He warns the Cruiserweight division he is going to obliterate them all. If you're on 205 Live, you're going to be obliterated. Rich Swann interrupts and asks him what the heck is going on. Neville tells him he has no respect. And Swann says that it doesn't really matter what you think about being the best. As long as I have this belt, I'm the best. And you can't handle this.
You can't handle the truth.
Brian Kendrick interrupts and says, how dare Rich Swann talk to Neville that way? Because much like himself, Neville has actually earned his place here. He's sacrificed this company and knows what it means to sacrifice to get nothing out of it and have to make your own way. And Neville says that Kendrick is correct. They have a respect for each other because of that.
Uh-huh.
And so Kendrick and Neville then beat the crap out of Rich Swann. He's saved by TJ Perkins, who gets no pop whatsoever for the save. But Neville then drops him with kicks and then beats the shit out of both of these men single-handedly while Kendrick stands there watching. Backing up when he tries to get involved, and Neville gives him a glare. Neville beats the shit out of both men and leaves them lying in the ring and goes to leave. He gives a bow to indicate that Kendrick may do as he wishes, and Kendrick says, don't mind if I do, and grabs Perkins and hits a sliced bread on him. So promos to 3 of these 4 men, and then out of match assault by Neville and Kendrick. Well, technically, Kendrick's just a finisher. It's not an assault, but assault from Neville.
And technically, he would still get the assault points because he participated in said assault.
Only with that finisher, though.
No, but they both assaulted Swan until Perkins came out.
You're right. Fair enough.
Don't try to stiff me points, dude. He's the only person I got in it. The only dog I got in this race. I will fight for every fucking point.
Yeah. I don't care. So that's just Kendrick. So 8, and then out of match assault is 4, so 12 points. 121. And then we got, let's see, who else is involved here? We got Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Neville's going to get himself, let's see, 8 promo points, and then 4 for the assault is 12, plus a 64 to 16 points. And then we're going to have, let's see, Rich Swann, promo points is 385. And TJ Perkins is just going to get.
TJ Perkins.
TJ Perkins is just going. I don't know. TJ Perkins just ran. I guess assault because he attacked Neville. I guess so 4. So 121. So save. Okay. Moving along. Back in the locker room, Enzo and Cass are talking with each other and debating whether the behavior recently has been correct when Enzo receives a letter from a random stagehand. The letter informs him that because of his exposing himself to Lana and other recent actions, he will have to attend sensitivity training tonight.
Right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Right.
Is it bad that when they did this, the only thing that in my head was an old Carlos Mencia bit?
Uh-huh.
Is that bad?
No.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say more about the bit because I don't remember one like that.
Oh no, it was one of his comedy monologues from his old Mind of Mencia show.
Mm-hmm.
He was going on about supposed women's equality.
Uh-huh.
He's not, and he said something like, you see, you tell us you want to be treated like equal, you want to be treated like equals in the workplace, but no, that's not true. You don't. You want to be treated like a woman in the workplace. You want to get paid like a man. Let's get that clear. Because when we treat you like a man in the workplace, you send us a sensitivity training, bitch.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't sure if we were doing that. I know the world collectively decided in retrospect that he wasn't funny, so.
I think he's funny. I like him.
I like Carlos Mencia.
Fair
He
enough.
can't be funny.
I thought he was funny. I just know the world collectively decided that he wasn't. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but this sensitivity training thing, I can't decide if I thought that this was funnier or if I thought that fucking Team Hell No was funnier.
Debatable.
Because I'll admit, this stuff was actually kind of funny.
It's all right.
Weird people there though. I saw like a picture of it. Like, why is Darren
Hey,
Young there of all people?
Gets me points.
It does.
They're the only
Anyway.
points I get for that entire bit, but hey. I don't have anyone else there. Except D. Young and Backlund.
Right. So Enzo is there.
Yes. And you can teach that.
Apparently, and also in the class are Darren Young and Bob Backlund, and Jinder Mahal and Bo Dallas.
Who's got Bo Dallas?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's see.
Who's going to blow leave today? That'd be me.
Oh, you do.
Bo
So
Dallas.
you get 2 people, I get 2 people, John gets 1. I think John has gender, doesn't he? Or do I have gender?
I think so. I thought I did, but I don't remember.
Let's see. Oh, too far. Where are they? Jinder Mahal is KO show.
Oh, I have gender. Holy shit. Okay. I get 3 people in. Fair enough.
Yep. So meanwhile, out at the ring, Titus O'Neil and Sin Cara attempt to have a match, but then they just get brutalized by Braun Strowman.
Did you give Enzo the promo points for that?
Yeah, Enzo and Cass get promo points.
Yeah, shouldn't he have to go to sensitivity training? He's just
He
brutalizing people.
He didn't expose himself.
He's brutalizing people. It's not
Yeah.
sensitive.
You would think. Anyway, so Enzo gets 8, so that's going to put him at 92. And then Big Cass, for him 8 points, that'll put him at 97. Okay. So as a Titus O'Neil and Sin Cara have a non-existent match, I get the shit beat out of them by Braun Strowman, so they're going to get 3 thank you for appearing points each.
Okay.
So that's 11 and Sin Cara. And then Braun Strowman gets more out of match assault points.
Oh, look, 1 points to me. Yay.
Actually, 1 more. 88.
Yay.
Yep.
3
There we
points
go.
to me.
Okay. So that happens.
That happened.
Are we OMGing for Sakara getting thrown through Christmas boxes?
No.
And off a stage?
And off a stage.
Well, he went off the stage and through the Christmas boxes simultaneously. But the boxes were on a platform, so he didn't really fall that far. He just got thrown off the stage onto the box platform through the boxes.
If I was scoring it, I would say yes, but then again, I'm biased. So,
John, what do you think?
Sure.
Sure. 5 points, Braun Strowman. What the
Yay.
hell? 93. Okay. That was cool. Moving along. We cut backstage, and Jericho complains to Owens that he has arachnophobia and is scared of heights. And Owens says, "Don't worry about the cage. Focus on the match. I'll beat Roman quickly, and we'll get you down. It'll be fine. But tonight, we've got to focus because tonight, you and I are going to take on Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and they are going to get it."
Drink it in, man.
So promo points, Jericho and Owens. This is a full promo or a mini promo?
Given the fact that there was back and forth, I would say full, but
Okay,
again, I'm
130.
biased.
Jericho, KO. That's fine. I don't care. That's 8, which is going to put him at 306 KO. All right. Charlotte then comes out and cuts promo about being a 4-time women's champion. Bayley interrupts her, says she wants to congratulate her. Says Charlotte versus Sasha will go down as a great rivalry, but now it's time for the Charlotte versus Bayley rivalry to begin, and challenges Charlotte to a match, who asks for a referee and immediately accepts. Surprisingly for a heel. They have several minutes of evenly matched offense. Bayley hits a series of clotheslines, throws Charlotte onto the apron, and hits a neck breaker through the ropes. Spears Charlotte in the corner, hits a running elbow to the head, tornado DDT. Charlotte escapes and hits a moonsault for a 2, and then does the chops to the chest, but Bayley manages to roll Charlotte up quickly for a win.
Did you actually see this match, Jim?
Yes.
Am I the only one who, when I saw Bayley do that second rope neck breaker the way she did, I'm like, wait, did she just do a twist of fate? Because she made the rotation much like she was going to do a swinging neck breaker, but the way she did it, it looked like she did a quick twist of fate off the second rope. I'm like, wait, did she just jack that from Matt Hardy?
She might. He doesn't own it.
True. I was like, that's kind of good. She did it flush. She did it very well. I was impressed. I was like, wait, did she twist a fate? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that'll become a signature. Anyway, so Bayley wins this match. However, it was noted upon looking at the replay that Charlotte's right shoulder did come off the mat before the 3 count, but the ref was in a bad position and didn't see it.
Yep.
So.
Fuck you, John. Fuck you.
So let's see. Promo points to Charlotte, plus 5 for competing is going to be 8 and 5 is 13 points Charlotte. Oh, and moves. There were some moves involved. To Charlotte. So therefore, that's 15 points Charlotte.
Plus promo?
I counted the promo.
Okay.
So that's what's up to 18. 218. And then Bayley wins a match, 20 points for a match victory, 5 for competing is 25. And Bayley really didn't have any moves that were actual signatures, so 25 points Bayley. All right, so 35, another 4 is 139 Bayley's at. Okay. We then come back to the sensitivity training class.
More promo points.
Yeah.
Promo points to everybody.
Yep. Actually,
They all spoke.
I know they all spoke. That's not my point. Is that technically we went back to the sensitivity training class twice, but they're only mentioning it once in the recap.
Yeah, so give another 2 rounds of promo points then.
Well, no, it's going to be this one and the one before it, so we'll give it 2. Because it was in the earlier one, they were going back and forth a little bit, and there was a point where they were where the sensitivity trainer was explaining what they were going to do and said that they were going to begin, and Bo paused to ask if they could all agree to say "bogan."
I do remember that, yeah. And she turned around and said, "No, it's not all about you, Bo Dallas."
Indeed. But Bob Backlund and Darren Young do a role reversal where they impersonate each other. Enzo and Jinder then perform so, and Enzo makes fun of Jinder, and Jinder goes back saying Enzo has little man syndrome. The teacher tells them not to fight.
You mean Darren does the impersonation? Bob Backlund is just Bob Backlund because he doesn't know how to be anyone else.
Okay. At the end of the class, she goes to hand everybody their certificates, and they tell her what they learned. And she goes to hand Enzo his, but Enzo says he's already certified. He then starts flirting with the teacher, but then Rusev shows up and says, "Oh, you want to continue talking about my wife?" And Rusev and Jinder then beat the shit out of Enzo and put him through a table. Also, Lana slapped him in the face at one point.
Yeah.
So.
I also love that he and Jinder are about to get into it, and he looks past Jinder at the sensitivity trainer. It's like, would it be sensitive if I beat the crap out of him right now? And she's like, no. He's like, all right, so I won't.
Mm-hmm. No, he said it was sensitive if I slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah, something. There you go.
That was the line.
Yeah, and she's like, no, it wouldn't. He's like, so I won't do it.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to double the promo points of this because they did do 2 versions of this and we didn't see both. So we're going to start off with 2 rounds of promo points for everybody involved in this.
Yay.
So that's going to be, let's see, Darren Young is going to get 16 points. 16 points. And we're going to give 16 points to Bob Backlund. Where the hell is he? There we go. Points Bob Backlund. And then we're going to have, let's see, 16 points to Bo Dallas, I believe. And then we're going to have, let's see.
I also love that Bo Dallas
Mahal
was the only one in his suit.
He was. So that's going to be 21 Bo. Jinder Mahal will be at. Okay. And then Enzo himself.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Put him at 102, 108 for Enzo. Okay. And then we have Rusev and Jinder get out of match assault points.
And so does Lana. I think she should get it for the slap.
Okay, we can do that. So that's 6. Lana, where's Lana? So that's 8. And Rusev. Him at 83. Okay. Points awarded. And we then have our main event of Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Interesting thing to note.
Okay.
CJ drops the Russian accent on Total Divas.
Yes, we know this.
I didn't know that until I actually saw part of an episode. I was like, wait, what? She doesn't keep it for the... I thought she would have kept it for Total Divas.
No, because Total Divas is supposed to be real life. Nothing K-pop gets on Total Divas.
Yet, going to make movies they do K-pop, that kind of doesn't make sense.
It does because the characters make the movies.
Right. Also, apparently Randy Orton snuck his way on to be a regular on a TV show.
Okay, then.
He's a recurring character, or I don't know if he's a regular character or recurring, but he looks like he's kind of a semi-main character on the television show Shooter.
Mm-hmm.
That was also probably partly why he wasn't around for a while, because he was shooting a TV show.
Yep.
Anyway, main event.
Indeed. Jericho and Owens versus Rollins and Roman Reigns. I don't know how this ended. In terms of official, I'm assuming, given where it started, that it's a DQ in favor of the faces. So I'm going to go with that.
Why? What happened?
You didn't see the main event?
I did, but I don't remember what you're talking about.
I'm talking about how the match ended.
Right. What did they say about how it ended? I don't 100% remember the end of that match.
Well, they don't show an ending here. It just says the verses. They didn't put the ending in the recap.
So what? This recap doesn't have an actual recap of the match like the other ones?
It does, but I'm saying normally at the top they say so-and-so defeated so-and-so by such and such.
Oh.
They didn't phrase the title that way this time. So I'm assuming it's a DQ.
Well, read the result.
I am reading the result. It doesn't specify.
Jesus Christ. Read the description. Read the actual match.
I am reading the match.
No, you're reading the headline of the match. Read the actual match. What the fuck does it say?
I am reading into the match. I see how the match ended, but that does not say what the actual ruling was as to the end of it.
Read it and maybe I'll remember.
Everybody got beat up by Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. That's right. He did come out. I'm trying to remember if he came out during the match or after the match. He might have come out and they might have just ruled it a no contest.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, there was no ruling, and Strowman attacked Rollins and Reigns first.
Yeah, it sounds like it's one of those cases where there was no ending to the match. Because sometimes they do that where, especially if they have like the big monster heel like Strowman come out, there just won't be an official ending to the match. There won't be a victor or a loser. Because it just devolves.
Right, but it devolves starting with one particular dude being attacked. That's a DQ by the rules of WWE.
Yeah, but if there's no official winner or loser, we cannot score it as such. There has to be an official winner or loser for us to actually score it as such. Doesn't there?
I don't know.
Let's see, you bald man. We can't hear you.
Depends on how they ruled it. I'm not sure. So if they ruled it a no contest, then I would say go.
WWE.com ruled it a face victory by DQ. So that's what we're going with.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Because the faces got attacked, so yeah, it was a good back and forth match. The guys all beat each other up, and then near the end, Braun Strowman came out of nowhere, pulled Roman Reigns off the apron, and beat him up at ringside as Jericho and Owens double team Rollins in the ring. Then they run away, and Strowman beats up Rollins, and then Owens and Jericho pick Reigns up off the floor and throw him in, and both of those two men, the two faces, each eat a running power slam. As Strowman screams, "This is or else!" Something to that general effect. So, what do we got? So let's go. Let's see here. So I guess we'll go with the technical losers first. So, main event match. Excuse me. So let's see. Main event match would be an extra 4 points to competitor. So that's 9 points to Owens, and one move is 10 points to Kevin Owens.
Okay.
16. Jericho had 2 evasions and a move, so that's 7 points. Jericho plus the 9 is 16 points. Jericho.
Okay.
48 will put him at 154.
So does that mean Rollins and Reigns both get the victory points?
It means because there was no technical victor, they each get the equivalent of a.
Because someone has to get the victory by DQ points.
No, they don't.
They don't. Then what was the point of the entire point of the argument then? If no one doesn't matter, then
Well, I think. Let me see.
because the whole point of our argument is you were going to give someone points by DQs. The only way to make it fair is to have both of them get the points, since neither of them technically won the match.
True. Right, but the difference is it's a DQ win unintentional, which by our own score sheet is no points. I just wanted the accurate match ending.
Fair enough.
Because they weren't trying to win by DQ, so therefore they don't get extra points for that. So they'll just get their regular competition points.
And just winning team points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wait, what do you mean winning team points?
They were both on the winning team.
Yeah.
They get points for that.
But do they? Because doesn't no points for a DQ win override that?
No. Because it overrides victory points. Neither of them get victory points, but they both get points for being on the winning team. Because they were technically on the winning team.
Okay.
Because technically speaking, whoever the victor is supposed to get the victory points and not the winning team points. But because there was no victor, they both should get winning team points.
Okay. As I was saying, let's continue here. So Kevin Owens, I already did KO, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
you did the heel team.
yeah, I got it. All right. So Roman Reigns would be 15. 5 for competing is 20 plus 2 is 22.
Plus winning team points.
I already did that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth, you would.
Not really. You just said they get 15 for that. You didn't say what it was for. I assumed it was for the competing in the match.
No,
My bad.
competing in the match gets you 5 points. We've been doing this for months on end. You should know the scores by now.
And again, like I keep saying, you're the one with the sheet.
Doesn't matter. You hear me say it every week.
Let me remember it.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. It's 5 points for competing in a match. Therefore, they get 15 for being on the winning team, plus 5 for competing is 20, plus their move points.
Fair enough.
And 4 for being in the main event.
Yes.
So 20. So it's 24 plus Reigns has 2 is 26 points to Roman Reigns, which puts him at 232. And then Seth Rollins has the same 20 plus 24 plus his moves, which are 7. So it's 31 points Rollins. Which is 185 for him. And then Braun Strowman gets himself 2 points for his finishers. 6 for an interference is 8. And out of match assault, because it continued afterward, is another 4. So that's 12 points Braun Strowman.
Does he get mini promo for, and this is or else?
Nope. Could try, though. 105. Okay.
Does
Thus,
he get
and-
OMG points for actually speaking?
That'd be awesome. I approve. I am okay with that.
I'm sure you do. So let's give a quick glance at the scores before we move on to the next portion of the program.
Raw totals.
Yeah, hang on. Pace and go. Okay. So let's check out the Raw totals over here. So 25-12. Wait, I gotta refresh that again. Let's do that first. Boom. 27-13 over on Hug Life to 25-58 on KO and 16-71 on Certified Lunatic.
Type it in.
Type it in, man.
Pretty much. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Oh, we got for Raw.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, John got quite a bit of points too.
I know. I'm surprised.
Indeed. That is.
That's it. I mean, after you getting main event victory points, Jim, what the hell?
Well, it wasn't a victory. It was just winning team points.
No, still main event.
Pardon. All right, so let's move on to SmackDown.
Over to SmackDowns.
Coming from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. We open up with AJ Styles defending his WWE World Championship against James Ellsworth.
And John pulls away again, even more to the point we can't catch him.
The face that runs the place comes up, and then out first, then Ellsworth. AJ Styles knocks Ellsworth out with a series of strikes early on, then pins him nonchalantly for the win in a squash match. Then he beats him down some more, throws him around the ringside. He's about to leave the head, but then he comes back, and he returns to ringside, grabs Ellsworth, suplexes him into the fan barricade at ringside.
So they just promptly buried Ellsworth for no reason. Wow.
The EMTs come and take him away on a stretcher as AJ cuts a promo saying that Ellsworth's beating was a long time coming and that he doesn't have to ask Santa for anything because he's already got it all, including the WWE Championship. Dolph Ziggler interrupts and reminds AJ that he's next in line for a title shot, and then Baron Corbin comes out and decrees that he should have the next shot at AJ's title. AJ leaves the ring, and Corbin then hits Ziggler with a shot to the face and an end of days.
And thus ends any points that John is going to be getting from Ellsworth from this point forward.
Pretty much.
It's okay. He did his job.
So James Ellsworth gets 5 points for showing up. So that will
does he get OMG points for leaving on a stretcher?
No. So James Ellsworth is at 99 points.
Oh, he's one shy of 100, and he's not going to get that 100th point. That's hilarious.
Yep.
Unless he comes back.
So AJ, as far as I could gather, did not actually use any of his moves in the match.
Good. John doesn't need more points because he just got a title.
Beating Ellsworth. So AJ Styles is going to get himself 20 points for winning a match. A retention is going to be another 25, so that's 55. 5 for competing is 60. And that's about it. So 60 points to AJ Styles.
Is the general thinking that they did this because of his ankle?
Huh.
So
Possibly.
Bury Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Defeat him, I guess, like in a squash match.
Yeah.
I think they did it because Ellsworth's match was supposed to be earlier, and because they had to push it back, they had to get Ellsworth out of the way because the real feud they wanted was Ziggler, Corbin, and Styles.
Yeah.
So because AJ got injured, they had no choice but to squash Ellsworth and just get him out of the way. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong.
Right. So let's see here. So that should be. So AJ is going to be up to 238 for that. All right.
That might be the ankle thing too. They may not have wanted to push it.
And then we get promo from AJ, Ziggler, and Corbin. So we'll give them promo points.
Hi, Stash.
Hi. Let's see. So that's that's going to be 46. And then Baron Corbin is going to get promo points and 1 for the finisher. Where is he? 9. What's Corbin at 99? Wait, is it 99? Hang on, where was he? Yeah, 99. Wait, why is it? Yeah, 9, because 8-1. Yeah, 99 for Baron Corbin. And then Ziggler gets promo points. Yeah, 103 for Ziggler. Okay.
Let's go, Corbin. Let's go, Corbin.
Okay, then.
I have to root for him. He's the only man I have in that title match. And I need the points, so I have no choice. I have to root for Baron Corbin.
All right, then.
The most metal superstar of 2016.
Hey, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
He did.
He did. So, moving along. Following all of that, we go backstage, and Ziggler is asking Daniel Bryan for a match against Corbin tonight. Bryan says he'll get his match, but if he loses, Corbin will take his title shot against AJ. Dun, dun, dun. So, mini promo Ziggler. 6.
And Daniel Bryan in a sweater,
Daniel Bryan in a sweater.
which was weird.
Hmm.
Daniel Bryan in a V-neck sweater. Imagine that one, John.
He's old now.
He's Papa Bryan now. He has to look the part. He did with that sweater, though. He looked like a suburban white father. It was hilarious.
Anyway, we had a one-on-one match between The Miz and Apollo Crews. Crews took control early on with a dropkick and a moonsault. But at one point, Maurice tried to get involved, and the referee caught her and banned her from ringside. Crews then hit some suplexes, but one of them resulted in the ref getting hit. So The Miz thumps Crew in the eye while the ref is down, and then hits him with the skull-crushing finale for the win. So,
Who's got Crews?
I don't know. Let's find out. Apollo Crews is on Team Hug Life. But luckily, Miz won, so points to me. So Apollo Crews is going to get 5 showing up points and 2 move points, so 7 points to Apollo Crews. Yeah, 64.
You also get ejection points for Maurice. Because that's extra points for some odd reason.
Okay, then.
I guess because it's doing her job. I don't know. So Maurice gets accompaniment points and ejection points.
Yep. So, so let's see. So Maurice is going to get herself, let's see. That's 5 for accompaniment, and then, where is it? Ejected for a match is 10, so that's going to get her 15 points for Maurice.
Would she not also get interference points? Because technically she interfered and then got ejected.
Yeah, all right, 21 points, Maurice. What the hell? I don't care if she's on my team. And then The Miz is going to get himself 20 points for winning a match, 5 for competing, and 1 for the skull crushing finale. I believe was his only move. Let me double check this. This extra junk. Yes, just the 1. So that's 26 points to The Miz.
And I actually caught the end of Raw this week, people. So I actually got home early from work. And it happened to still be on. So I caught the last, half hour of Raw or of SmackDown or so. It was kind of cool. That's how I know Bryan was in a V-neck sweater.
5. Yep. So following this, Renee Young then asks The Miz about his obsession with Dean Ambrose. The Miz says that Renee is the one obsessed with Ambrose because, after all, you're the one sleeping with him.
Yeah, apparently people didn't like that either. Apparently Miz got in trouble for that, for bringing up the real life.
Renee then slaps Miz across the face.
Yeah, the real life thing real life relationship. Apparently, there's debate going on as to whether that was actually scripted or not, because people are saying, why should Miz be in hot water? That was obviously scripted. There's other people saying that he did it off the cuff, so I don't know.
I would say that's probably scripted.
More than likely, but apparently there's still people
I
on the
don't think
internet
he's
that are still
actually in
pissed off
hot
about
water. I think that's inaccurate information.
it. Or that,
This is one of those blurring the lines of KFAB deals.
yeah, I don't know if he's in hot water, but I just know that there's at least some people on the inside that aren't happy that he used that.
But we don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, sources are all, unless there's an official statement, all sources are subject to a grain of salt. So we don't know.
I'm actually wondering if we're not going to have to draft Renee soon, if she's not going to start accompanying Dean to the ring.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. So that happens. So we'll give a mini promo to the Miz for that.
Mm-hmm.
Extra 3 points. 8. And then Natalya came out to the ring and asked Nikki Bella to come out because she wanted to clear the air about the backstage assault at Survivor Series. Carmella interrupts and airs some things that Natalya said to her about Nikki. Nikki asks Natalya if that's true and if she's the one who attacked her. Natalya doesn't answer Nikki and just chases Carmella up the ramp. She throws Carmella into a Christmas tree and some boxes, and then Carmella runs to the back. Natalya picks up another mic and tells Nikki from the stage that she is the one who did the attack and calls her a bitch. She says she's from wrestling royalty and Nikki and her sister got everything because of their looks. She tells Nikki she has no charisma and John Cena will never marry her. Then she goes to the back. So promo points to Natalya and Nikki and Carmella. And then assault points to Natalya.
And everybody and their mothers already knew that Natalya was the culprit.
So Nikki gets 8 promo points. That's going to put her at 74. And Carmella, she's going to put her at 75. And then, no, wait. Go back. What am I doing? 8 points. That'll put her at 77. And then we're going to have, who am I missing? Oh, yeah, Natalya, who would have 8 promo points and then 4 assault points. So that's 12. Puts her at 44. Rolling along, we then have Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper in a one-on-one match. Basically, they beat the hell out of each other. Harper is made to look good. Let's see. Harper manages to get the win with a small package, and then White Orton hit the ring and beat up Ambrose, and then Orton hit him with an RKO. Nobody cares. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Bray and Randy are going to get accompaniment points and post-match assault points. So that's going to be 9 points each to Bray and 10 to Randy because of the RKO. It's 68 for Bray, and then Randy Orton is going to get 10 points. $99. And then let's see. So match-wise, let's see. Luke Harper has had one evasion for 3 points. So Luke Harper is going to get. Let's see. Luke Harper won the match. So.
Righty then.
It was a small package. So we'll do Ambrose first, actually, then, if that's the case. So Ambrose had 1 move point. So Ambrose gets 5 for competing, and 1 for the move is 6 points Ambrose. So I'm at 163. Luke Harper wins, so Luke Harper gets 20 plus 5 for competing, plus the evasion is 27 points Luke Harper.
Yay.
868, that's 78. And 7 would be 85. Okay. And then the post-match stuff we already did. Okay, the Wyatt family leaves the ring. But before Ambrose can leave, Miz and Maurice come out, and the Miz hits a skull-crushing finale on Ambrose and then holds up the title and goes to the back. So, Miz gets out-of-match assault and a finisher, so 5 points to Miz. $273, 273 he's up at.
Would Maurice get accompaniment points for coming out with him?
That only qualifies for a match.
I was thinking she should get some sort of points for at least coming out with him. Didn't she bother to come out for the segment?
I'll give her 3 appearance points.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. So after this, we have a Divas match in which I should say a women's match, in which the women's champion Alexa Bliss takes on newcomer La Luchadora. A new Lucha Libre wrestler in a blue bodysuit with red trunks and a pink mask. They have ourselves a little back and forth in the opening minutes with Luchadora dominating and then locking in a
Spit it out.
Well, it says cross armbar, but it's not a cross armbar. The idiot doesn't know what a move is. The disarm her, which of course the mask is taken off to reveal that this is of course Becky Lynch.
Well, that might be what the actual move is a cross arm bar, but
No, because that was Del Rio's move.
no, his move was a cross arm breaker.
No, that was a cross. Fuck's it. Come on. Let's see. No, it is a cross arm breaker. Okay. Fair enough.
So Patron's finisher is the cross arm breaker.
All right, whatever. Anyway, so Alexa Bliss gets 5 for competing. And put her at, let's go back. That's 5, so let's see, it's going to be 184. And then Becky Lynch going to get herself 20 for winning, 5 can be 26, standard 26 points.
Here's a question. In the official WWE books, does it go down as a victory for Becky Lynch or a victory for La Luchadora?
Good question. Hard to say.
Because if it goes down as a victory for La Luchadora, should Becky Lynch actually get the points? Now that I'm thinking about it. Because technically by WWE's own books, she never participated in the match. If that's the case.
I don't care. Anyway, moving along.
You don't
Actor
care
Ryan Phillippe from the hit new show Shooter is here.
Shooter with Randy Orton. Yeah.
Yep. He's looking for Orton, but he finds Mojo Rawley and Kurt Hawkins. They get in each other's faces, and they've got a match tonight. So mini promo for Mojo and Kurt. Because they didn't really have a full promo, I don't think.
So the Hype Bros are heel?
No, Kurt Hawkins is a heel.
No.
I mean,
But you just said Ryan Phillippe got in their face.
No, I said Kurt and Mojo got in each other's faces.
Oh. Because to me, like you said, Ryan Phillippe went backstage looking for Orton, couldn't find him, and ran into the Hype Bros instead.
Yeah, ran into Hawkins. Mojo and Hawkins got in each other's faces. They have a match tonight.
Oh, he ran into Hawkins in the backstage. Fair enough.
He ran into Mojo and Hawkins, who got in each other's faces.
Oh, okay.
4th time I've said it.
He thinks Ryder and Hawkins are the same person.
Clearly.
Oh my god, that should be Kurt Hawkins' gimmick. He's
the substitute Zack Ryder.
He's a Ryder head.
There you go.
Fair enough. Match.
Yep. Ryan Phillippe is on commentary for this one. Mojo beats the shit out of Hawkins. It's pretty much the match. So Hawkins gets 5. Thank you for showing up points.
No moves.
No moves.
Wow. So much for the great Kurt Hawkins. He comes back and promptly does like 3 or 4 squash matches.
Yep. Mojo had 4 moves, so Mojo gets 20 for winning, 5 for competing, and 4 moves is 29 points to Mojo Rawley.
Kurt Hawkins' textbook on how not to do a debut. So I hyped him all up, and then he's done fuck all.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't.
Yeah. Nice. It's going to be 92, 102, 112. And then another 12, and then another 9 is going to be 121. Yeah. Okay. So we go backstage where James Ellsworth is covered in bandaging and has a cast and a neck brace on.
No, he will get that 100th point for promo.
Carmella walks in, grabs Ellsworth, and says she's going to take care of him before walking off screen.
Nurse Carmella.
So he gets 3 points for half a promo.
And she's hot as hell, and you can't teach that. Anyway, so Ellsworth gets promo.
And Carmella gets full promo, as opposed to Ellsworth, who gets half promo.
How do you figure?
She actually spoke.
So did he.
That's not what you said. You just said he just showed up in bandages. You never said he said anything. Hey, I'm just going by what you said, dude.
Well, the interviewer was there. I don't know if he actually said anything to her, but the interviewer was there trying to get a comment. There's a clip from the tweet here. So I don't know. I'll just give him the appearance. Fuck it.
Half promo. It was still considered a promo. It's just I don't know if he talked.
Okay, it's the same amount of points.
No, I didn't know that.
And then Carmella, I guess, gets a mini promo because she just showed up and said one little thing. So. Okay. So after this, we have our main event of Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin to determine the #1 contender for the world title. Now, AJ Styles is on commentary for this one, so Styles gets commentary points. It's going to put him at 251. And Corbin and Ziggler have a back-and-forth match. They end up outside the ring, where Ziggler gets slammed into a fan barricade multiple times while the referee is counting. Corbin throws Ziggler into Styles, but Ziggler comes back with a drop kick on Corbin that drops him. And both men are down as the referee reaches a 10 count, and both are counted out. AJ takes advantage of the opportunity to grab a chair and beat the shit out of both of them with a chair. But D-Bry interrupts and informs Styles that there will be a triple threat match next week on SmackDown for his title against both of those men. So there you go there. So let's see here. So on a double count out, that would be a draw, so therefore it'd be 5 points each. So each man is going to get 5 for competing and 5 for the match, so that's 10. And being in the main event is 4. So 14 points to each man plus their moves.
I don't know.
So 14 points plus 1 to Corbin is 15 points to Corbin.
Based on what I saw, I would give Ellsworth the full points because he at least made noises and actually said, "I'm okay."
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Because he made noises.
15 points.
Carmella actually talked quite a bit, though. So.
Where the fuck? Baron Corbin. 109, 114 for Baron Corbin. And then Dolph Ziggler. Scroll. All right, let's see here. Dolph has. What do we got? So let's see. The 5, the 10, and the 14, and then Dolph had what moves? Dolph had 2 moves, so that's 16 points. Dolph. Him at 12, which would be 122 for Dolph. Okay. And AJ gets himself. Let's see. AJ is going to get a post-match assault for 4 points. He's going to get a foreign object use for the chair, which is 7 points, and 3 moves were involved. So, oh no, the 3 points were not the moves. The 3 points were for the chair. So yeah, so 7 points to AJ.
Fair enough.
Let's see, I'm at 258. Okay. Thus endeth SmackDown. Scores. 2880 for Hug Life. KO shows at 2637. 1783 for Certified Lunatic.
Fair enough.
Yep. And 1783. Okay, that's for. What the fuck? Idiot. It's 19, not 29. This is for 20. Okay. There we go. Lastly but not leastly, we have 205 live for a much cruiserweight action.
Hopefully it'll be short.
Let me open up the thing here and we will find out. And once again, we're going to issue a special thank you. Of course, always thank you to Raja.com for primary recaps. And secondary thank you, as always, to Cage Side Seats for the 205 Live results. CagesideSeats.com. Give it a second to load. All right. Whoa.
You're waiting for stuff to load, huh?
Now there's a giant ad.
Damn ad.
I know, it's a pain.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yep. So 205 Live.
Yes.
So we have a video packaging opening up, showing what happened on Raw. And we open with our first match of Arya Daivari versus Lince Dorado.
Let me guess. Daivari wins.
So Dorado starts with some headstand flips to throw Daivari off his game. They go back and forth. Daivari smash mouth style puts an end to Dorado's flurry of lucha offense. Applies a rear chin lock. Dorado manages to get out and get the momentum back with a handspring stunner. He then hits a top rope suicide dive, which he nearly lands on his head. And Daivari manages to get Dorado back down and execute a crisp frog splash for the win.
Of course. Because I can't seem to buy a win in fucking cruiserweight.
So Dorado is going to get 5 for competing, 1 for his move is 6 points to Lince Dorado. Put him at, I think, 4, 5, 6, 32 points, Lince Dorado. Arya Daivari is going to get 20 points for winning the match. He also hit 1 move. So that's 20 points for winning the match, 5 for competing, and 2 is 27 points to Daivari. 5 is 85, and then 7 is 93. Okay. Following this match, Daivari had a post-match interview where Daivari talks some crap about Jack Gallagher, mentioning his embarrassing offense, saying that Jack Gallagher isn't a gentleman, he's a scoundrel. So, promo for Daivari. That's going to put him at 101. So, we cut backstage where Neville and Brian Kendrick are in the locker room. Kendrick tries to pal up to Neville, saying how good it is to have him back. And they both angrily bask in how they're responsible for the division's success. Before Neville points out to Kendrick that, I'm your partner, but I'm not your friend. In 205 Live, there's only room for one king. So promo points to Kendrick and Neville. And Kendrick, that is how many promo points? No, that puts him up to 9, 129. And then Neville. And he himself 8, which is going to put him up to 24 points. Okay. We then have a video package for Tajiri. He'll be back soon.
Okay.
We then have match 2 of the evening, in which Cedric Alexander, with Alicia Fox in his corner, fights Drew Gulak. So they're exchanging uppercuts and chops before some stiff elbows by Gulak. Alexander goes on offense with a string of impressive moves. And then we have what was apparently a Mamma Mia moment for Mauro Ranallo.
Okay.
Where there was apparently an insane suplex over the top rope, where Alexander apparently suplexed Gulak over the top rope, over the ropes, and Gulak landed on his feet on the outside.
Okay, then.
Soon after Gulak, Alexander follows him out to the ring, and Gulak shoves Alexander into Alicia Fox, flooring her. And, it looks like Gulak's going to have the winner of this. But, oh, look, here comes Noam Dar to help Alicia to the back. But despite that, as they get back in the ring, Cedric Alexander manages to pull out the victory with a lumbar check.
So are they going to do this whole storyline where fucking Alicia Fox heel turns on him or something?
I don't know. Gulak cuts a promo after the match saying, "This is a man's world. Women don't belong in 205 Live."
Oh, Gulak, it's a good thing Lita doesn't work for the WWE anymore. Because Lita would whoop your ass for that comment. Like, Cedric Alexander actually is dating Alicia Fox, right?
As far as we know, yes.
So, I don't know, maybe that storyline won't go there. Because that would be weird.
Right. Well, anyway, so let's see here. So, Drew Gulak gets himself 5 points for competing in the match. So 5 points Gulak, plus post promo was 8, so that's 13 points Drew Gulak. Where is he? Down here, Gulak 13. That puts him at 36. And then Cedric Alexander picks up a victory, so 25 for competing, and 2 moves is 27 points Cedric Alexander.
Damn it.
Why damn it?
I was hoping he'd crest 100.
Not exactly. Puts him at 97. Now we cut to the back where everybody has ended up. And Noam, Alicia, and Alexander are there. And Alicia is apparently ignorant to Noam Dar's obvious skeeziness and thanks him for being there to help her to the back, which thanks to Alexander also reluctantly offers for saying he has it from there. So we'll see how this works out. So promo points all around. As Alicia Fox gets a promo point, so that's comes 34. And we've got Cedric Alexander is going to get some promo points. That will push him over 100.
Yay.
Let's see, 3, which will put him up at 105. And then we've got Noam Dar. And get him 8 points for that, which will put him at 80.
And Alicia Fox.
I did Alicia already.
Okay.
You're good. We then see a video package for Jack Gallagher, complete with apparently an enjoyable dubstep remix of his theme.
Okay, then.
So that's interesting. That was right before the backstage segment. So meanwhile, we go back to the ring for our main event for the evening, which is a tag team match playa. Because this is recorded after Raw, and Teddy Long was already in the building from earlier, so.
I'll allow it.
I thought it was recorded after SmackDown.
No, it's recorded after Raw. It airs after SmackDown.
Oh.
That's why people like X-Pac are a little annoyed, because like people are coming in for the Raw thing. There's pre-show dark matches, and there's 3 hours of Raw, and then you expect people to sit around for 205 Live.
Mm-hmm.
People like to sit in your arena for 6 hours, dudes.
Yeah.
That's why you have a half-empty arena for 205 Live, and it makes the show look like shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Neville and Kendrick versus Perkins and Swan, as one might imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how the recapper over here, Alan Sco, notes that there is some A-grade scowling going on from Neville on his way to the ring. So, Neville and Swan start off. Neville showcases his new aggressive style. He hits the basement dropkick, but it's more vicious. Neville's just really beating the shit out of him. And so then he applies a chin lock. He executes a delayed suplex, just beats the crap out of Swan for a while. Flying forearm, all kinds of stuff. Swan gets a desperation slap in, which manages to let him tag Perkins, who hits a flying crossbody. He pushes Neville into the corner, which allows Kendrick to tag himself in. There's a standoff between Neville and Kendrick before Perkins goes through a bunch of moves on Kendrick. There's a back and forth. Swan gets a tag. Kendrick counters with a couple of moves, and Perkins tags Swan back in, despite Swan being in a bad way. Swan takes a swift move from Kendrick, a frontliner, whatever that is. And then Perkins comes back in a little later with some a lightning fast punch kick flurry and a double chicken wing into the rib breaker. He then hits a detonation kick into a knee bar for a near fall before Neville hits a basement drop kick to break it up. Things start breaking down. Kendrick gets hit with a double super kick from both Swan and Perkins. Kendrick, whose mouth is now bleeding, smashes Swan's face into the corner, executes a sliced bread too, and puts a captain hook on. And Neville holds on to Perkins' leg to prevent the breaking of the hold, but Swan manages to reach the rope. Oh, no, Perkins manages to get out and break the hold, sorry. A melee begins as Neville, we end the melee with Neville back in the ring against a battered Swan. Is this it? Is this the cruiserweight division? Ha! Swan gets a little bit of offense back in, and all four go at it again. Finally, Neville hits a jumping enziguri to stop Perkins' aerial assault, and then hits him with the red arrow for the victory. So Neville and Kendrick take the win on that.
So massive points to you.
So let's go through in order here. Perkins and Swan first. TJ Perkins had 2 moves, 5 for competing in a match, 4 for the main event, is 11 points Perkins. I'll put him at 132. And then Rich Swan had an evasion for 3 points. So that's going to give Rich Swan 5. 4 for the main event is 9. There's 12 points to Rich Swan. 6, 7. What's it? 397. And then we've got Brian Kendrick, who was on the winning team. So Brian Kendrick will get 15 points for being on the winning team. He'll get 5 for competing is 20. He'll get 4 for being the main event is 24, and 2 for his moves is 26 points to Brian Kendrick.
Fair enough.
39, 49, and 6 is 155 for Brian Kendrick. And then lastly, Neville. Neville gets himself 20 points for winning. He gets 9 for being in and winning the main event. So that's 29. No, wait. Now I'm confused. Yeah, 29, and then 5 for actually competing is 34. And then his 5 moves is 39 points to Neville. So 39, 49, 59, 63 is where Neville's at.
Jeez.
Okay. So let's go check out the final scores for the week. Your final totals are Team Hug Life at 29.44. Closely followed at 27.12 by KO Show and 18.54 for the trailing Certified Lunatic. Okay.
Wow, even through 205 Live, we still come out with about even points. What the fuck? I didn't think that would happen.
Yep. Let's go over and let's go check out the leaderboards. In the lead is still the Cruiserweight champion Rich Swann at 397 points. Kevin Owens in second at 316, holding strong, Universal Champion. IC Champion The Miz still in third at 273, followed by the WWE World Champion AJ Styles at 258. Roman Reigns clocking in at 232. The U.S. champion off of his world title match that he was not successful in. The new Raw Women's Champion Charlotte coming in at 218, followed by a third of the former Raw Tag Champs Big E at 216. Randy Orton, a third of the SmackDown Champs, coming in at 199, followed by the former Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks at 187, and rounding out is Seth Rollins at 185 off his victory over Chris Jericho. So there we go. So interestingly, looking through this, let it be known that I only have 3 people in the top 10. Hug Life has 4. KO Show has 4. So you each have 4. I have 2.
Yeah.
So there we go. And that was the thing that we do.
It was. That was long as shit. That was like 2 hours long.
Yeah, well. We had 4 shows to score. What do you want?
No, I meant for this video alone, not including the pay-per-view.
Oh, fair. It's still. We had 3 shows to score, and you had all kinds of news.
Yeah, but that's no different. Usually you have the news, and it's usually about the same amount. So.
Well, I don't know. There was also a lot of discussion things, so that made it a little bit longer.
Well, it was an interesting week. I'm surprised that we're actually gaining equal amount of points. But at the same time, that's kind of bad because then that means we can kind of guess where it's going to end up because we know how it's going to end if it's continuing this way.
Well, let's see what happens next week because, number one, we'll see what happens on Raw, but more importantly, SmackDown is effectively a pay-per-view.
How so?
Have you looked at the card?
No.
Well, let's take a look here. I can find it. Let's see. SmackDown Live page. Let's look at the SmackDown preview. They don't have a preview up yet. Okay, well. We'll figure it out. Yeah, there we go. So, major lineup for next SmackDown. So, for those of you keeping score at home, here are the following matches that will be happening on SmackDown. AJ Styles will defend the WWE Championship against Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin in a triple threat match.
So that means John's about to get all kinds of points because they will not have AJ Styles lose the title on SmackDown.
On top of that, the Wyatt family will be defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a 4 corners elimination match.
Okay.
They'll be defending the belts against the Usos, American Alpha, and the former champions Rhino and Slater.
Fair enough. So I have the majority of the people in that match, so that could be interesting. Because I have the American Alpha and Rhino and Slater.
I have the Usos.
Yes, you do. I said I have the majority of the people. I didn't say I had all the people. You also have Randy Orton.
I have the Usos and Orton.
And that's the one that frightens me because if Orton's the one that ends up getting the victory, then I'm like, oh, fuck. Bray should be the one getting the victory. What else we got?
We've got the return of John Cena to SmackDown Live.
Shit. Well, there's your points.
And we also have Alexa Bliss defending the SmackDown Women's title against Becky Lynch.
So all points to you.
So that's a pretty stacked show.
Actually, wait, no. John has Alexa Bliss, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, but I have Becky.
Yeah, Alexa's probably going to retain, my guess.
Unfortunately.
Which means, once again, the only way I'm getting any kind of points out of this is if the tag match is fucking phenomenal.
Or if Baron Corbin wins.
Which is fucking not going to happen, not on SmackDown. If it was a pay-per-view, I might say, well, maybe. But they're not going to have Styles drop the belt to Corbin on fucking SmackDown. It's not going to happen.
Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if they surprise us and they do that, I'll be jumping for joy. Despite the fact I don't think Corbin deserves a belt, I'll be like, yes, points!
We shall see what happens. But yeah, there's a very star-studded final SmackDown of the year happening next week, so that's going to be a big deal.
Fair enough. I wonder what they're going to do for Raw. Are they going to do the yearly, like, fucking shit-ass show, Raw and review show?
I don't know. Let's check out the preview.
Or isn't it usually like the Slammies or some shit is the final show?
No, the Slammies aren't until later.
No. Because they usually either do that or they do like a Raw and review kind of show.
Well, let's see. Preview questions being asked for Raw. Who will face Braun Strowman's wrath? Can Jericho overcome his fear of heights before the Royal Rumble? Is Bayley our next Raw Women's Champion?
Yes.
Will Neville's callous new attitude continue to pay off?
Yes.
How will Enzo Amore and Big Cass retaliate against Rusev and Jinder Mahal?
By getting their asses kicked more.
We shall see.
We know the answers to at least half those questions. By virtue of it's WWE. Is Sean frozen? Oh, no, he's moving. There he is.
Okay.
He's moving. So, we'll see. That'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's always 205 Live. You never know what's going to happen there.
Although, based on the matches that they have, you can kind of predict it.
Yeah.
Come on, it's WWE. The WWE is nothing if not predictable.
Fair
unfortunately.
Enough. By the way, Rich Swann now has custom side plates on the Cruiserweight title.
Makes sense.
Anybody's interested. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. It's looking like it's going to be an interesting end of year week. We shall see what happens.
Excellent.
So, until next time, folks. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Whatever you might celebrate. And we'll see you next week for the final Fantasy Log of 2016.
The New Year's edition of the Fantasy Log.